9 minutes, 40 seconds to the start of Heat 3B. And we were talking about that, too, about the air show break. I wonder how that affects the next set of heats, because this group of boats will have a fairly quick turnaround to get back out on the water.
If any of them are in 4A, yeah.
That's kind of a different situation for them. So the boat's getting ready to be pushed down away from the dock in about 4 minutes. It's been a good weekend so far for both of the strong racing boats.
Hey, Michael.
Yes, Glenn Boggin.
Just from a curiosity perspective, we were originally going to have this 3B heat at 125, but they pushed it back to 135. Did they tell you why?
We hadn't heard anything.
Oh, okay. Because there was like no activity, and apparently it turned into a valley grill there for a second. There was no activity down here in the pit, so I was just kind of curious where that delay would have originated.
No, I was given an updated schedule. There wasn't any information about why that occurred. But as we do, you know, schedules are always subject to change. We saw that at the Richland Regatta as well, and it's normally circumstances beyond anybody's control that just occur. But drivers now, it looks like they're hopping into the boats. Because you guys probably have a better view down at the pits.
Yeah, all 4 drivers are in right now. Yeah. We've got umbrellas out.
How much you loving that monitor there, Michael, with the view of the pit?
I'm sorry, what?
How much are you loving that monitor there with the view of the pit?
Well, honestly, there's been a kind of a issue with internet.
Oh, no.
So it's good at times. I can see Jamie Nielsen in the cockpit of the J&Ds right now, and they're holding the umbrella. There's a couple of crew members that are getting him all set up in the boat and making those final adjustments. You know, there's the 5-point harness that has to go. There's a lot of work that has to go to get these drivers into what is, and Brad knows this, I mean, the cockpit on these boats is not spacious in any stretch of the imagination.
Not by any stretch of the imagination, and it gets really, really tight in there, and as we've been talking and as we've been hearing, it gets very, very hot in there. So Jeff Bernard just cruised up to the top of the tower. He was normally on the phone or on the radio there with Jimmy Shane. We just saw Jimmy Shane exit the pit area, and so Jeff's just going up to have a look and see what the competition looks like in this particular heat. But yeah, it must get awfully. I mean, just in these driver's suits, it is hot. Well, but then you cramp them into these tiny, tiny cockpits and then close off a complete supply of any outside air. That sounds wonderful. No,
it doesn't. And we're fortunate because, you know, we're wearing shorts and a polo shirt, and we're outside in the open air, and it's completely different. Can you even imagine putting on a driver's suit right now, Brad?
Oh, it would be brutal. Absolutely brutal. I wouldn't want to be just wearing what I'm wearing and standing out in the hot sun for an extended period of time, although I guess that's what Glenn and I have been doing. But yeah, it's hot now. Gee, I'm looking at umbrellas up here on top as I make my way up to the top of the tower. 6 minutes, 15 seconds, guys. 6:15 to the start. So just a little over a minute away from having boats on the water for Heat 3B at the HAPO Columbia Cup.
Heat 3A went to Miss Home Street with Jimmy Shane. Second place for the 3, Miss Ace Hardware with Jimmy King. Beacon Plumbing had the DQ, disqualification. Lost all points because of going below 80 miles per hour for greater than 5 seconds in the milling period. So no points for Dave Bilwalk in Heat 3A and the 440 bucket list.
Hey, Michael,
Justin Eccles takes third. Yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. I was just going to have a follow-up on, we were talking about how hot it must be in the cockpit. Go put your car in the sun.
Oh, it is.
And
it's terrible.
Go climb in it right now. For what? These guys are going to be out through the 5-minute period, then another 5 minutes. Just go sit in it for 10 minutes, see if it gets a little warm, and then do it with a big black driver suit on. That'd be miserable.
No, it would not be.
No.
Not be good at all. And we're hearing some noise. Getting ready for Heat 3B. About 1 minute in 5, 4, 3, 2. They starting to move away, guys?
Should be. Noses are out. The 8, the 9, the 12, the 11. In that order from west to east. And oh, 3 of them are coming together. Good photo op. A couple of Oh, this is a beauty.
Yeah, this is pretty incredible. They're all coming out at pretty much the same time.
And then here goes Jamie Nielsen. He'll jump out in front of the pack in the 11. He wants to be over there. First going to bring JMK with him. Then it's Corey. And Andrew Tate will bring up the rear, but not for long.
Yeah, I was going to say, Corey Peabody kind of went over and jumped right in front of the 12. But now we've got two boats going up the Griggs backstretch. Andrew Tate.
Backstretch with some authority.
Yeah, Andrew Tate is taking his time. He is going way out wide in that Graham trucking.
So up into Shell Sun Market, turn number 3. On the inside is the Miss Tri-Cities, J. Michael Kelly. On the outside, the J&Ds, the brightest boat in the fleet with Jamie Nielsen, the 11. And they'll come into Buffalo Brothers turn number 4 and onto the Payne West Insurance front stretch. Now entering Shell Sun Market turn number 3, top end of the course, is the 9 Pinnacle Peak Consulting with Corey Peabody. And cutting through the Esco Electric infield is Andrew Tate in the Graham trucking to the front stretch.
3:30 to the start.
How does this disqualification of Dave Bilwalk affect these drivers and how they're paying attention to their speed during the milling period, Brad?
Well, they know that they've got to be very careful is what it means. They know that they're checking the black boxes, and the third component, it's not just N2s, it's not just fuel flow, it is speed. And so they know you make a mistake, it's going to get caught, and it's not worth it. It's not giving up a second, third, even a fourth place finish. Here comes Corey. Corey's going to go across the other side and jump in front of JMK.
So Corey Peabody through the Esco Electric infield to the Griggs backstretch.
They had all the 8 and the 11 had backed way off down the front stretch, and so Corey Peabody was like, I can get in front of you guys.
Coming up on about 2 minutes and 40 seconds to the start of Heat 3B.
Hey, Brad.
Yes.
Another question for you. So Andrew Tate, not the first driver today we've seen take these incredibly wide turns to get into the track and not doing it really at a very brisk pace. When do you need to start being above 80 miles per hour?
Once you enter the race course, once you basically go across those white outside course markers, after you leave the pit area, you've got to maintain 80 miles an hour.
Up to the top end of the course. All the boats have assembled there. And at the exit pit first, Corey Peabody in the 9 onto the Payne West Insurance front stretch, followed by his teammate, J. Michael Kelly in the 8, followed by the 11, Jamie Nielsen, and then Andrew Tate in the Graham trucking. Down at the exit pit of Buffalo Brothers turn number 4.
Will any of them jump or cross over?
Keep an eye on Corey because he's going. He didn't want to do it. He was going to get down here too early. And he's now going to jump over to the backstretch. Watch him go up to the top end of the course, cut one more time.
He jumped inside the GP course, though. Can you jump inside the GP course?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, as long as he cleared the first buoy after the start-finish line.
All right.
Wide open right there. Now he's going to come back, and he'll take another short turn and jump through the Esco Electric infield and come back around to the front stretch.
It's possible he may go again, but right now, like we were talking about, who is going to get lane 1? JMK sitting in it right now, right in front of you, Kevin.
He doesn't look like, and he's going to beat Corey Peabody. So Corey Peabody tries to jump it again.
Peabody jumps through.
He's going to try. It's going to be a race to the spot, though, between two teammates. And Peabody's going to get there first.
Yeah, but let's watch his position on the course as we get ready for the start and watch his speed.
And right now, the loser in all this, 12, which is currently sitting at lane 4.
He's going to be on the outside, but he might be in the best position from a boat speed position, coming about 30, 35 seconds.
Peabody in 1, Kelly in 2, Nielsen in 3, Tate in 4 as they come up to the top end of the course. Countdown is on for Heat 3B. 25 seconds. Watch the speed.
Here comes Andrew.
Yeah, he's going to have a boatload of speed on
15.
the outside, isn't he? Exit pin, turn number 4 onto the Payne West Insurance front stretch. Peabody. He's in lane number 1. J. Michael Kelly in 2. Jamie Nielsen in 3. Tate in lane 4.
Mark.
It is a clean start, at least from our vantage point. Boat speed is on the outside with Tate, but watch J. Michael Kelly in lane number 2.
Wow, what a good-looking start. Coming down the front straightaway, we had 4 wide, but JMK with a whole lot of speed from lane 2. Gonna get down here first, Kevin.
He's bouncing off off the water off some rollers right now, and he's got the lead by about almost a rooster tail. Andrew Tate, though, battling Corey Peabody for second as they go down the Griggs backstretch.
It is a clean start. We have the official word. It is a clean start. J. Michael Kelly with the race lead, heading up the Griggs backstretch with a half a rooster tail lead right now. And it looks like he'll get into turn number 3 at the entrance pin now. Watch Peabody in the inside lane. He'll have the shorter course around. Wall of water off the skid pin as they get to the apex. Coming out of turn number 4 for Buffalo Brothers onto the Payne West Insurance front stretch. It's going to be J. Michael Kelly with the lead, Peabody in second, Tate in third. The race now becomes for that second place spot with Tate on the outside. Can he reel in Peabody? Yes, and Tate is going to pass in the Graham Trucking coming down the front stretch.
Yeah, but he's riding out in about lane number 4, maybe 5. Kelly's going to get down here first by a rooster tail, but it is Peabody down here first, but only by a boat length on Tate. Tate's on the outside.
And they're hitting some rough waters. Corey Peabody handles it well. Tate goes way wide. So Corey Peabody off the corner first. He's got about a half a rooster tail lead on Andrew Tate.
Yeah, and he actually made a little ground on J. Michael Kelly in the Miss Tri-Cities number 8 on that turn. It was a spectacular turn. Now you can see Tate on the outside. He's trying to catch back up with Peabody, but that's going to be a tough one, especially way outside in lane number 4. They get to the top end of the course. Can Peabody catch J. Michael Kelly? He's going to give it a good run on the top end of the course. As they get to the exit pin, they're nearly deck to deck. Now it's going to be about a 4 boat length lead right now for J. Michael Kelly in the Miss Tri-Cities. Coming down the front stretch, J. Michael Kelly with the lead. A half a rooster tail back is Peabody, and a full rooster tail back is Andrew Tate in the Graham Trucking. The white flag is out. Jamie Nielsen in 4th place across start finish now.
And Nielsen backed out. I think he got out of the tunnel. But Corey Peabody putting it on here at the inside. Gets to the back corner panel of JMK, but he's able to get the gas on it as the 8. And he's got about a half a rooster tail lead down the backstretch.
This could be a really tight Sun Pacific Energy Shell Sun Market turn 3 and Buffalo Brothers turn number 4 for Peabody, who's trying to gain on his strong racing teammate J. Michael Kelly. Kelly on the outside, Peabody on the inside. A rooster tail back is Andrew Tate way on the outside. Now watch the turn. Can Peabody catch his teammate by the exit pin? It doesn't look like it. It was a really smooth run for J. Michael Kelly on the outside in the Miss Tri-Cities. Coming down the Payne West Insurance front stretch to the JMC Motorsports start-finish line, and a checkered flag for the 8th Miss Tri-Cities, J. Michael Kelly. 2nd place for Pinnacle Peak Consulting, Corey Peabody in the 9. Andrew Tate will take 3rd in the Graham Trucking, and Jamie Nielsen in the J&D's Hydraulics will take 4th place in Heat 3B. That was a good run, and there was an opportunity for Peabody to grab his teammate and maybe pass him on the inside lane, Kevin, but that was just too much horsepower on the outside, too much power on the outside for the Miss Tri-Cities. It did not relinquish the lead.
And JMK, of course, knows very much how to win here. He's done it before, and while he's in a new boat, he certainly has the wherewithal on how to do it, but that 8 boat looking really, really good as we head into Heats 4A, B, and the final.
And maybe one of the most entertaining milling periods that we've had.
Yeah, well, and we were looking at who would get lane number 1. It ended up being Corey Peabody, and I think that helped him a great deal. He was able to stay really kind of just in the rooster tail of the 8, not really lose too much ground, but JMK is very fast, and I think what we saw too is that Andrew Tate is not as good on the outside. He's going to have to be in that lane 1 or 2 if he wants to be competing in the final.
Yeah, well, we had seen that earlier, and I think you're right. That inside lane, depending on who is on the outside of you, that's going to be key. But J. Michael Kelly has definitely has the ability as a driver and has the boat speed to get it done, even in lane number 2, it appears. So back down to the pits, we'll head for our post-race interviews. Special thanks to American Radiator for our pit crew down in the Neil F. Lamson pits. Winner, again, Miss Tri-Cities, the U8 with J. Michael Kelly. 2nd place for Pinnacle Peak Consulting, Corey Peabody in the 9. And Graham Trucking, Andrew Tate will take 3rd place in the 12. The 11 J&Ds with Jamie Nielsen takes 4th place. Peabody tried. I mean, he really did. And he had some really nice moves, especially through some of that rough water in turn 1 and 2, Kevin, right adjacent to you, and was gaining ground. But J. Michael Kelly was able to hold the throttle down and keep that boat speed.
He really was, and it really seemed like lane 2, while longer around the track than lane 1, is still a pretty good place to be because you get to hold on to that speed a little longer.
Kevin, I hate to interrupt you. Actually, no, I love interrupting you.
I know you do.
We've got Corey Peabody over here. Boy, good race out there, man. What'd you see?
It was a great time. It was good to hook up with Mike and run a good race. Hopefully everything's good on our data and we can get some points and get closer to the final.
How'd you feel after that? Because our guys, this guy kept saying you're getting closer, getting closer. I mean, it was a tight one.
It was a tight one, but we just got to keep trying and keep, doing what we can do and keep believing, and, we'll get there. It's, it doesn't happen overnight. So happy to be here, happy to be part of the Pinnacle Consulting boat. 9, Daryl and Vanessa Strong, the tri-boat. Glad to be in Tri-Cities. Thank you everybody for coming. Can't be more happy with the way this heat turned out, so we'll get them on the trailer and see what we got.
And getting the points at this stage of the game has really got to feel good.
Yeah, it feels really good. I know I needed those points this heat, so we're going to try and push it, and worked out. I mean, we didn't get first, but we got second behind our teammates, so really it's a win-win, so I'll take it, and we'll look for the final.
Final question, then I'll let you go. It's hot out here. You're wearing a dark suit. What's it like inside of that boat?
Brutally hot, so
all right,
that's the truth.
All right, go get a drink of water. Corey, thanks so much.
Very descriptive, brutally hot.
Yeah, let me jump right in here because I can get J. Michael Kelly, who's going to be anxious to get out of the driver's suit and get some water. I think he's got some in his hand. Can't you call Corey and tell him to slow down a little bit? He was coming.
Yeah, he's not very nice. No, it's good to see him up there. He got lane 1, which was cool to see him go out and snag, and he was running great. I mean, I had him full mirror of him the entire race, and I kind of widened it up a little bit, and then last lap I had to tighten her down pretty good just because he was coming.
He was coming. Tell me about his little move to get that inside lane. I thought you had it, and all of a sudden here he comes across, and he jumped in front.
Yeah, no, he did great. It's funny because they were talking strategy, and I was taking a nap on the couch, and I was listening, so I saw it coming, and but no, he did great. That was all him, and he's been working really hard on his starts and what to do, strategy and stuff like that, and so it's been good. It's been fun. It was great for Daryl Strong, Vanessa Strong to have their boats finish 1-2 in that heat. Of course, for Miss Tri-Cities and all of the 8 team that come out with the victory. That much closer to making the final.
Yeah, you guys obviously are in really good shape, but we've got another heat to go. But so far the day's going really good for you guys.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's great. That was a long wait to get our first heat in of the day, but worked out. The guys, I can't thank the guys enough for their hard work last night. They were here until about 11 o'clock last night, doing a lot of work to the boat, and I think it's paying off, and things are starting to kind of work really nice.
Now you got to go up and find out who we run against in the 4th section.
Yeah.
And that was going to come a whole lot quicker.
And if I'm not careful, these guys will end up driving in the final. So.
Yeah, especially that one right there.
Yeah, it won't be long.
It won't be long. He'll stop fishing off the dock, and
right.
He'll start jumping in the cockpit. Congratulations. Go get some more water. We're going to talk to you later on in the day.
Sounds good. I hope so.
All right. J. Michael Kelly, winner of our Heat 3B.
He also had the fastest lap, Brad, at 151.184 miles per hour. Not too bad.
You can also tell him that, if you see him again, he is in the final. I mean, he could not race in the 4th one. He's good.
Well, mathematically, that's right. Thanks for keeping track of the points.
Yeah, mathematically, the 8 will be in the top 3 in terms of points, regardless of how the heat 4th.
Well, it's good to have you over there with the master points because it's so important, and even more important as we get ready for that heat draw for 4A and 4B, especially for the Beacon Plumbing and Dave Villwalk after disqualification in Heat 3A. Again, 3B goes to J. Michael Kelly in the Miss Tri-Cities, Pinnacle Peak Consulting, Corey Peabody in 2nd, J&D's Hydraulics with Jamie Nielsen finishes in 4th place, a 3rd place finish for the Graham Trucking and Andrew Tate. Special thanks to our friends at Sun Pacific Energy. Shell Sun Market stores are coming to your neighborhood soon in West Richland. They're open now in Benton City and at 27th and Olympia in Kennewick. Already open on West Clearwater at Interstate 82 and at Horn Rapids in Richland. That's local Shell Sun Market stores. Also, start-finish line sponsor JMC Motorsports reminding boat race fans, use sunscreen, plenty of water, and if you're enjoying libations, then have a designated driver. JMC Motorsports just across the Cable Bridge in Pasco Now, full e-commerce available at jmc-motorsports.com. They are your WP suspension experts with full Honda service and repair. American Radiator can pick up and deliver your radiator free from your farm, shop, ranch, orchard, or business. They can repair, recore, or replace it with a new one. The Northwest leading radiator specialist. From Pasco to you, AmericanRadiator.com. Coming up next on our schedule, and this is the revised portion of our schedule, it will be a 1:50, 5 to the 5, and a 2 o'clock start for the Grand Prix America Heat 3. It's on the way from News Radio 610 KONA and 610KONA.com.